Hey, how are you? This is Aaron McKay with Bird Be Gone for another installment of Ask the Expert. Today I'm joined by Jeff Watts and Bryan Donoho. How are you guys?
Doing great, man. Good to be here.
I am so good, Aaron. Thanks for having us here, and thank you for giving me the opportunity, to talk to the outside world.
I know it has been a crazy few months. It's nice to be in a room with another human being. So today,
Indeed.
right?
Indeed.
So today we're going to be talking about the importance of bird control. So who of the bird control experts I'm surrounded by wants to jump in first and talk about that?
Jeff, I will give you the honors. You have been doing this longer than I have, so take it away.
Well, I mean, what do we always talk about in some of our classes that we go around talking about is, why bird control in the first place? Why are guys getting into it? Why is it important? Things of that nature. I mean, there are so many things that someone needs to focus on when they're getting into bird control. What's motivating the customer to give us a call in the first place, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So we want to focus on those issues. We want to solve our clients' problems.
So what are some of the consistent problems you get when people call in and say, "Hey, I got a bird problem"?
Well, I mean, obviously, traditionally, it's always been, the image that the bird problem is giving the client, dropping down the side of the building, messing up their signs, just the appearance factor, and what's that image worth to the client. You got your other, obviously diseases. That's a growing concern.
Yeah.
Property,
especially in today's climate, right?
Yeah.
Man, when you got property damage, inventory damage,
Yep.
Cost of cleanup, all slip and fall risk, work stoppages. There's a whole bunch of things that are driving the customers to be highly motivated to get something done.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna expand upon the financial damage it can cause to a business. A lot of times I will work with an inbound caller, somebody looking for help with a bird problem they have, and we'll make a quote for them. They'll look at it and they'll say this is too expensive. And that's everyone's right to say something's too expensive, and for some people it is. But then they call back a year later and they want the same quote. And they've been spending hundreds, thousands of dollars cleaning their building every month, week, what have you, when they could have spent the $2,000, the $3,000, however much it is, to get rid of the problem altogether. So they essentially are taking on a maintenance cost of cleaning up the droppings instead of just handling it the right way with bird control products. So that's something that is important to why a building needs bird control. So definitely.
Yeah, this last year, I remember I was staying at a hotel down in Texas and spending some time with customers, and literally in the entry foyer, they had a power washer because they had a bird issue. So literally, they were paying someone twice a day to go out and wash down the whole entry area, and that's labor, that's time, and that's also the inconvenience to your customers when they're walking. Who wants to stay at that hotel? When you're walking in and you see someone power washing, you're like, what's happening there? And then you see it again over the next 2 or 3 days that you're staying there. My desire to stay at that hotel is diminished significantly. So,
what do you think? Obviously, coronavirus is going to change the way we all do business. I would imagine that there's going to be tighter codes on disease control, on cleanliness, on sanitation, all that type of stuff. So you can imagine that's going to play into the bird control world too.
Yeah, sure.
They're going to look at that closer. Building that would be, or a bird problem that would be overlooked 6 months ago might be looked at a little further now. So I think that the disease aspect to it, the cleanliness aspect to it, is gonna start to be even more important. It's always been important, but I think we're going to see a bigger emphasis on it moving forward. What do you think about that, Jeff?
No, everything. It's just it's the cost of doing business these days. Also, it's you don't, a lot of people are hesitant to pay you that money, the good money to do the work.
Right.
But all these things that we're doing for them is saving them money in the long run. So it's a good way to cut down on some of those costs on the whole coronavirus thing, but also other maintenance costs as well. We haven't talked about that stuff yet, but it all adds up.
Sure.
But,
And it seems like every few years there is a significant kind of disease scare. As obviously, we've never experienced something like this. So I think the collective consciousness or awareness for people across the world and in the United States, because we do seem to be significantly impacted by the presence of the virus. I think people are going to be aware of disease, and they're much more aware of how diseases are spread. I mean, literally, when I get in and out of my car, I'm washing my hands, sanitizing them every single time, because I'm now aware that pathogens are on surfaces. So now if I'm a patron of a business, a restaurant, I'm walking in, I'm going to be more sensitive to surfaces, what's on them, how frequently they've been cleaned, and if I can see, bird droppings or debris, I'm going to be a lot less likely to spend some time in that location, right?
yeah, no.
And that's a good point. You see the footage of how they are cleaning subway trains, how they're cleaning, places where people frequent right now. The amount of effort that goes into that, and that's something you can't even see. You can't see this bacteria. You can't see this virus. If you can see bird droppings, you can bet that there's going to be reason to clean it up for yourself, for liability reasons, for health reasons, and I think it's just going to be more pronounced. And we got to be aware of that. We got to take care of that problem before it gets too big.
Yeah.
Well, how long do they say coronavirus lasts on the surface?
Depends on who you ask.
14 days or something like that, depending on, bird droppings are there for much longer, right?
And
those aren't going anywhere.
And they keep producing them.
Right.
Yep. And I think we become kind of desensitized to it because we talk bird control all the time.
Right.
But I think a lot of people are really, really surprised to learn that how many diseases can bird droppings and debris carry?
Oh, I think
60
plus is kind of what we go with.
Right, 60
Rough
plus.
number.
So
That have been identified.
yeah, so when we're training authorized installers to work with our products and to grow in their ability to provide bird control, we are saying, hey, there's 60 communicable diseases. And I say that so often, and I don't think it really impacts me as much as it used to. But salmonella and histoplasmosis, these are things that people in the public are aware of. And maybe this is the first time you've heard this. Bird debris and their droppings can carry 60 communicable diseases. And for those of us, for those of you in our audience that are listening and you're part of the pest control industry, you're out there protecting public health, right? And that's should be a conversation you guys have with your customers. And speaking of pest control, a lot of our customers, when we talk to them on the phone or respond to an email or an Ask of the Expert through our website, they are in the pest control industry and they really haven't been exposed to bird control before. So how would you talk to those people in our audience where maybe they're exploring the possibility of adding bird control to their business?
Well, I'll jump in. I mean, it's a natural tie-in, right? Like you said, all the different diseases that they carry. I always talk to guys. They have if rats are climbing all over their patio table or their outdoor dining area, someone's going to do something about it, right? They don't want a dirty rat, with all the diseases running around their property.
Yep.
But we just talked about pigeons carrying all those diseases.
Yep.
More so than rats. So you let them climb all over your patio table, your dining areas and stuff like that, around your food source, your clients, your children, all that stuff, and you're not doing anything about it. So, I mean, it's a natural tie-on. You're already out there. There's a lot of other secondary infestations you got to worry about as far as the bugs that are associated with pigeon droppings and other birds as well. So a lot of those need to be handled at the same time also. So it's just a natural fit.
Yeah.
And I think too, and a bird is a pest. An animal that's in a place where you don't want them is a pest, and that's the bottom line. Getting rid of birds is a part of pest control.
Yep.
And where it might not be as popular as rats or termites, it is there, and it needs to be addressed, and it is a good opportunity to grow your business. It is a good opportunity to reach other markets. And bird control is not going anywhere. When you do bird control, you're not killing them. You're not destroying them like you do rats or termites or whatever.
Right.
You're moving them. So it's not like you're even destroying the animal that's creating business for you. That's the beauty of it. So pest control, I should say, in every sense of the term, was deemed an essential business during coronavirus. Pest control operators were allowed to operate. Birds are a pest. So if we're talking about the importance of bird control, it was deemed essential during coronavirus. That's how important it is. So I think that bird control should be looked at closer. If you have not gotten into it, I think you should reach out to us or other people within your company that know about bird control. We're happy to help you. But if you're a pest control operator, being able to do bird work, I think, is pretty important. It's another revenue stream. It's another means of income when other pest control avenues aren't available. Is that a true statement?
Oh yeah, it's a different animal, pardon the pun, but
right.
but it is a great add-on service that you should be offering your customers. Obviously,
right.
if they're coming to you and you can't help them, the bird's not going to go away. The problem's not going to go away.
Right.
It's just going to get worse as over the years. So they're going to go someplace else, and it's probably going to be one of their customers. So at least to keep your existing customer base happy, you should be at least familiar with it.
Yep.
Well, it's that strategy we say in our class. After you get done putting up product on one building, give your card to the buildings on either side, because those birds are going to move and they don't want to be too far away.
We're not killing
from their
them.
old
We're
home.
We're just moving them to our next customer.
Right.
Right.
Yep. So you can create a whole lot of business based off one bird problem.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I think the thing that I'm hearing is that you're not necessarily talking about building a whole new business or a whole new infrastructure.
No.
These are customers you already have, right? So average technician or pest control operator, you're running 200, 300 visits a month, right? And even if it's just a small fraction of those existing customers have a bird problem, you have an opportunity to add legitimate revenue to your business. And like Bryan was saying earlier, that's why we're here. We're definitely here to help you. So any other parting comments on why bird control is important for people that may be listening in?
No, I mean, you take a step further, you don't have to be an expert right off the bat. You just need to identify and find the answers, right? The doing part is easy. It's just identifying, and that's where we can help you after that fact as well. So the opportunity's out there. You just need to see it.
Yeah,
right.
So,
good.
Like I said, they don't have to go cold calling either. They're basically, like you just said, how many guys are you seeing every day in those industries that have bird issues?
Right.
You don't have to go cold calling. They're a fraction of your customers are going to have bird issues. You just have to let them know that you can handle it for them. That's all.
Agreed. And there are products now that you can use as an entry level. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. There are products now where you can use them very simply and effectively. So opportunities you didn't have before, you now have, even if you've never taken bird control class or anything like that. So just ask. The opportunities are there. We're happy to help. We love we love watching businesses grow, and bird control is an important part of pest control.
Yep, that's good. Well, appreciate the time, guys. We really look forward to our next installment of Bird Be Gone Ask an Expert. Again, today we talked about the importance of bird control. Stay tuned for next week. We'll see you soon.